Okay, guys, I'm Hunter with Double C Services. It's my buddy, longtime buddy, what, 10 years? Something like that.
Something like that.
John McKayslett.
Unfortunately.
Owner of McKayslett Services.
Yeah, there you go.
This is my cuñado / brother-in-law, Bully, the Juan Garcia.
No, just Juan Garcia.
Just Juan Garcia.
Just Juan Garcia.
He had a shirt on that had Bully on it, but I guess he took it off. We kept on picking on him.
Yeah. So today we're basically just going to be talking about the weld life, how our life coexists with welding and how the welding lifestyle kind of lives with us, I guess, or we live with it.
I guess it's our life. We have no choice, right? So that's our job. So
at least we get to talk about it.
Yeah, exactly, definitely.
We get to talk about it. So this is our first podcast, and we're just going to kind of pick on John for a little bit.
That's fine.
Pick on him.
Bring it.
Laugh at the fact that he
wears shoes to work.
Hey.
Well, those are laces.
So these are actually called sneakers. I'll tell you right now, they're actually they're very comfortable. So whenever you do jobs right and actually have
I can't pan because
don't pan.
I can't go down.
We'll send a picture of one.
Because of
at the end, you can take a picture with like a what are those?
Wow, no, that's fucked up.
No,
Anyways,
that picture in there.
Anyway, so I feel comfortable, and if you work comfortable, you feel comfortable, you look good, you work good. So
that honestly is a big factor in the welding life. Getting up in the morning, starch shirt, starch pants, good hat, a good double C hat. It goes a long ways in the attitude for the day.
Man, you got to look at it at this point. You're getting burned, right? Yeah. So if you're welding, you're going and being in a position where you're welding, and you're just automatically just getting hammered, melt by just burning, right? So you got to have some type of exception that you still look good, right?
What do you think the best shirt?
And best shirt, I've tried it all. I've used all, and later on in the future, that it's coming soon. It's coming soon. Something that we put out that will be there for blue collar, people, and itself that will be beneficial for everybody. Because I have yet to find a shirt right now that will help me out through times where, everybody knows where we get burned and how we get burned and stuff like that. But what helps us so much is being starched. It reflects off. But
a lot of people actually think that the starched is more of a look, and it's not.
By means, you're welding it. This thing just comes off, and through time, it definitely it'll sink into your shirt and get into your skin. But
of course, it's been a long day for some of us, so we're not in our welding gear no more.
Well, unfortunately, we
don't get to show up in sneakers.
Exactly. It is what it is.
What do you think? One favorite welding shirt?
Welding shirt? Just a good FRC to get you through the day. Not too heavy, not too pearl snap.
It's got to be pearl snap. That goes back to the whole nice, looking good, feeling good.
Not only nice, but end of the day, when you can just
you can just rip it off and say I'm ready.
You can also go straight from the right away to the bar.
Yeah,
pearl snap.
Yeah, exactly.
Nothing wrong with that.
No.
Mine right there. Those are the Western welder shirts. I've had that one for like 2 years. I bought a couple years back. They've held up. The snaps are a little pearl snap. A little better brand.
I'm not talking bad or anything like that, but
I like the shirts. Yeah. They look fancy. They look nice. With the company logos and the color choice, I think it came out killer. But you can't go wrong with just an FR shirt.
Yeah, good FR, breathable.
You like the plaid? Show them your bullet shirt.
Not too plaid, but I just got these in.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with plaid. You stand out. Of course, he wants to be a bully, so he's going to be a bully.
I got that in right here.
Elite work.
Yeah, Elite. I've had
You like the pocket? The pin pockets?
The pocket. You know what? In the refineries,
soapstone in there a lot.
Soapstone pin. When you got to write a good job safety analysis.
When you
paper.
Sign the JSAs.
JSA or JHA. Yes. Yeah. But no, good pockets. These are a little offset. I got that on purpose. I swear.
You got the buttons offset?
Yeah, look, they're offset, so you could all the time. I have the button snapped in, and I have that there. I usually throw something in, and I'm always leaning over to get thread bolts or whatever, and it still don't come out because I have it offset, but it's still closed.
I guess we always have the problem, so you don't see mine coming across me anymore because I ended up ripping it off.
You cut the patch off.
Yeah, I had to. It was just ridiculous, right? But by the time you know it, your pencil's already sticking out of your thing. You usually get holes in the corner, so I just figured, hey, I just might as well
Now, what about pants? I'm not a big fan of the whole Wrangler.
You know, I was at one point. I'm into more of a cargo type pants, and that way, you know, you can hold levels, pencil, stuff like that. And a good place that has it right now
well,
is Tractor Supply.
If you want to be a fitter, then you wear those cargo pants.
Those thick,
but if you're not holding a leather level on you or soapstone, you're welding all day. A good pair of Wranglers, I'm fine with.
I mean, everybody's all different preference. You know, I mean, I like to feel comfortable. And if I have all the stuff that I need, not depending on somebody else, and if I'm going to do my job and if I'm going to do it right, I want all my stuff. You know what I mean? I mean, a fitter's fitter, you know, and a good fitter makes a good welder, and I believe in that because I've seen, you know, my fitter, hey, he puts it on right, and I just weld it, you know, have a good gap, a good root pass.
We're talking about the pants.
But what I'm getting there, so my pants wise is that not only I depend on that he has it, but I like to have cargo pants because, you know, I could have my stuff. Pockets. I could have my you know, pockets where I could put a little level, tape measures, you know, stuff like that.
The rod pockets go a long way from bending over.
You know, rod pockets itself, I ended up having a little sheath that has, you know, rods in it, and it helps big time. That way, you know, it don't puncture your pants or don't puncture anything like that. And it just, you know, it keeps it right. Yeah.
Give me a pair of rock and rollers. I like to look good.
Okay.
Cody James.
Cody James. I think I'm in Cody James right now. Yeah. Okay, so besides the pants, what about y'all's welding caps? I like the lamp coats that you get from, you know, me, I go through them a lot. I'm not one of those guys that's going to sit there and wash my caps. I'm just going to burn through them, throw them away.
You know, be honest with you, man, I'm kind of old-fashioned, so there's some things that had been passed on through me, you know, just.
Let me find out you're a bandana guy.
No, I'm not.
Hey, and that's not bad. I know a lot of bandana guys.
So, you know, I take, you know, I'm not a hoarder or anything like that, but there's a welding cap that's been given to me since I was young when I started welding. Until this day, I wear it every day, and I'll wash and I'll do that. Yeah. And it just, whenever I put it on, I feel pride in myself, you know, saying like, hey, yeah, exactly. And dude, it's been with me ever since I started welding. And not only that, since my dad first went to school for welding, it's kind of crazy. So it's held on, and I don't even think it has a name on it. I haven't seen a no name, but it's a little checker, has little stuff on it. It's just something that I always will have if I'm ever going to weld. It's just something I feel proud of myself. You know, I feel comfortable. Exactly.
Believe it or not, starting out, I was a bandana guy. I'm a
bandana guy. Man, I knew it. You look like a bandana guy.
But getting into it. Went to the refinery, got money, was able to spend on that luxury. Yeah, I found a person who, I started sticking with them. I didn't go to the store buy caps, or I just ordered specifically from them, and they stayed true. They stayed true to me. I mean, they haven't let me down one bit. I don't know if I could.
Yeah, you can say
add them in. The Facebook page is called Diesel Caps, and
we can put the link in the description.
Everything down to the print, down to the way it's sewn, down to how many panels, 4 or 6, whatever guy you are. Everything's customizable. I even had her make one. I had her make one for my daughter, so she can do whatever you want. But they stay true to me, and I got nothing to say about it.
Yeah, no, you can't. Like I said, Lamp Pros treated me well. Honestly, the only ones I can find in my size, I wear a 7 7/8.
Oh, yeah.
Big overhead. So it's hard to find those. I think I've ordered 1 or 2 Welder Nation ones, and that was the biggest size that they carried.
Oh yeah.
And I think it was a 7 7/8, or it might have been a 7 3/4 that they had. It was a little snug, but I bought those for show, and then somebody ended up taking them from me.
So now let's go. The next subject. Let me ask you this: is that in preference to welder wise? What do you think, machine-wise, you know, what do you think is in your fit of work and what you do, what do you think is, you know, helps you out and beneficial for you?
I guess in my line of work, I'm more of a metal builder guy. You know, I do a lot of welding, a lot of big-time welding. You know, it's more structural welding, you know, purling. I got several machines. I got the Hobart 220 Elite, or the Champion Elite. You know, I think best bang for your buck wasn't too bad starting out. I paid about $3,000 for it. I put in over 1,000 hours on that thing. The only problems I've ever had was the outlets. You know, that was a big thing. But I mean, it burned a rod all day long. I never had any problems with it. 70-18. 332nd rod. I mean, it melted it. So
Yeah.
it wasn't a big deal. I've also had what else was the other machine?
I know you had the Big Blue, right?
The Miller. Well, it wasn't the Big Blue. It was 302 with the air pack.
Okay.
That machine came in handy. I mean, it would push. I think at one time I had a chop saw on a 100-foot extension cord. I had you running that 210 MIG Lincoln plugged in, and then had another welder burning the 7018 8-inch rod, all at the same time.
On that one
and that machine never puttered. And then to top it off, it has the air compressor on it.
Yeah.
So that thing was a beauty. I still got it. I've had some issues with it, mechanical wise, but we're getting those fixed. I recently just bought the 330 MXP Lincoln. It was pretty pricey. I think it came out to about $7,000 for that machine. We've only put in 10 hours on that thing, so I ain't got much to say about it now. The digital screen is pretty cool. I'm gonna give that another couple months before I do a review on that and give a thumbs up or a thumbs down. But that's what we're running right now.
Yeah.
I don't have that luxury yet for that MPX, but that $7,000-8,000, by all means, I love it because I have that pipe. It has that pipe thing, the pipe setting, and I think that would be,
actually, we're going to be using that tomorrow. We're welding on an entrance tomorrow. I think we're going to weld some 6.5-inch pipe. So we're going to try that pipe setting, see what it does, see if it's worth it.
So I have that 250 GXT.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest with you. So on 1/8 rod, it burns like a firecracker. I mean, you can run it all the way down low. It still burns like a firecracker. And on 332nd, it isn't. I mean, you can still run it, but it is bizarre to like a firecracker. It puts so much amps and it runs good. It has yet to give me any problems. I actually didn't buy it. I didn't buy it new. I bought it a little used. Had a few 100 hours on it.
That Eagle? Is an Eagle?
No. So that was my other welder. That GXT, that 250. It's actually a 2015, 2017. Yeah. So that one right there, it runs flawless. So with me having a 225, I had that Ranger 8 and ended up needed an upgrade. So I ended up getting an Eagle, that 10,000 watt AC welder, AC, stuff like that.
Our line of work, doing what we do, we're not mainliners, we're not pipe fitters.
No. And that too, the machine you pick is what exclusive to your line of work.
Yeah.
Because I've had in the refinery industry, I've blown through those Miller, the 350 amp. We gouging through them. We burn the machine up. Unless you have the big boy 500 amp.
The gouging machine.
Yeah, that's what you want. But you don't want that around here building fences.
Not for what we do, fencing, buildings, structural welding.
Yeah.
You those welders are used more for the generator side.
Yeah, by all means.
All kinds of tools.
and that's the reason why I got that 10,000 Eagle, just because I use so much whenever I need it, chop saw, stuff like that, and it's worked pretty good, and it definitely works pretty good whenever I run purling. I used to be in a standoff where I could run a 332nd 6011 or 6010 rod, and it's great. But now with that welder itself, I've been running so everybody got their own preference, but I've been running the 6010 1/8 rod on purling itself, and it sets at 145. So I have it at 145 at 3, and it runs at purling great. Now my 250 itself, I got to drop it down a little bit lower in the setting. Itself, it's just burns like a firecracker. So it's kind of two things. Having somebody that's welding with me, they have to know my welder itself. They can't just say, hey, I weld this welder, I know how to weld, and then they jump on my welder and then they expect to weld it, because in reality, in reality, my 250 itself, I don't know how other 250 GXTs run, but mine runs hot. Mine runs a little hot on the hot side. I'm not complaining about it because I like the way it works. I can work it quick, and I can whip it real quick.
Them being small machines, and there's plenty more room.
Exactly. So that's kind of where it's at. Like if somebody really knows a welder itself and actually knows, hey, I need to fill it right. I'd rather do some test works, and they'll do right. But that 250 GXT, I got 10%. That's a good welder. The Eagle, I haven't had no problem yet. There's room for more welders out there, and I'm planning on getting another one. Maybe I'll get that luxury you got, but
it comes with time.
Oh man, yeah.
I used to have a 250, one of them old SE 250s. Got rid of that out of the pipeline. It couldn't. Whenever I started, my own business, it was just it didn't comply to what I needed. It was a good machine, of course, but it didn't suit the job for me on what I needed. So a smaller machine.
I mean, how many hours do you average just in a job wise? I mean, how many hours do you put in just one welder?
I think in a week on one welder we'll put easily another 10 hours a week. We don't do a lot, but I think 10 hours on a machine is fair. And, I'm always running 3 machines, so it varies on each one depending on which truck is where. But, like I said, I'm in the metal building industry, so I don't just weld. We do a lot of the tin work.
And that's why you're not going to want to get an SA200 over a.
And I'm not just an SA200. Don't get me wrong. I want a Pipe Pro. I built my bed around a Pipe Pro. So eventually I'm going to get one. I can't justify spending $25,000 on a machine that a $2,000 whole bar can do.
Yeah,
and it's been doing it. I've had that whole bar 2-3 years, and it
works great.
Yeah, it works pretty good.
But how's that whole bar look in the back of that? Nice dually.
And I got that 2020 Dodge with a custom built bed, and
it looks like you spin
my miller's down. The miller's down, so I got my backup whole bar on the back of it. It looks funny. It looks like I ran out of money.
Yeah,
it really did.
And little people and people don't realize that hole bar still kicks it. I mean, it's
it does what I need. I don't pipeline no more, so that it does exactly what I need. And I know you got that 2020 or the 2019.
Yeah.
You're gonna do a tub setup out of it.
Yeah. That's what I'm planning to do.
Yeah. But I mean, so you're gonna want to stick to a smaller machine. In a short bed, you need room for tools.
Yeah.
And that MPX, it's what I think it's rated at about 400 pounds, 350. Correct me if I'm wrong, but
330.
Yeah. It's a lot lighter than anything else. It's more compact itself, but
which again, like I said, I don't want to get a review on that just yet.
Yeah.
But, size wise, on a tub rig, and it'll work. I think it'll work perfect for you.
Now, what do you say? And in the welding truck itself, would you have more tools in a smaller welder or a big welder and less tools?
I guess it just depends on what you're doing. Like if you're a repair welder, depending on repair, pipeliner, pipe fitter, everybody has a different setup to what it is you do. I think me as the welder I think I carry more tools than anybody does.
Yeah.
Because I don't just specify in one thing. I do all kinds of stuff, so I have to carry more tools with me, because I don't just weld.
I think now that this next generation and through times passes and all that is that we're able to have that luxury where we can have a welder that puts out this many amps and it's still smaller and lot compatible than us having, like, let's just say an SA200 itself. It's
they can only
1,000 pounds itself. I mean, it's pretty heavy.
Those my old SA250, that thing was pretty heavy. I think it was around 500-600 pounds. But I just got the size.
But it only runs AC power, doesn't it?
Yeah. So, and I've had people burn up some tools like that. Especially, I think my first job, starting out self-employed with that machine, I ended up losing 2 hammer drills. I mean, the same day, just from guys plugging it in when I told them not to. I was so close to just removing the outlet on that thing. It's just going to be strictly welder. And so I prefer the compact machines, the newer machines. They got more options, stuff like that.
Or would you prefer a Lincoln or Miller?
That's the big debate.
That's a debate for another podcast video. Now, one thing we can get Juan amped up about, I know you're not talking a lot, is you're big on the helmets. Walk us through your helmets. I know you're
not too big, but big.
I mean, it's a nicer helmet than what I got.
Well, I just got this one on Christmas. It was
a Christmas gift. So.
But this is one of those Tiger hoods. Did not pick the design. Girlfriend did.
You got a horse in there. There's a nice
horse.
Girl.
Yeah.
That's almost like a leather, like a.
And she told me, she showed it to me. She said, "Are you fine with it?" I said, "Yeah, I love it." When I went to the room, like, why is there a girl in the? No, but anyway.
Be happy she didn't put her initials on the side.
One thing I will give her props. She does know I really love the flip up.
You like
because flipping that hood up every time, or if you want to grind, or instead of wearing a face shield, like. Yeah. Everybody in the refineries has a flip up. You need the flip up. It's necessary because you don't want to take this off, put a face shield on, and start grinding. You just flip it up, see what you need to grind or see what you need to do. Yeah. Plan out your next plan, flip it down, get to welding.
I'm not going to say I'm spoiled or lazy, but it's rare that I ever have to grind. So, I mean, I've always stuck with my pancake. This one's a CMR. I've had pancakes, I think, my whole welding career, and I'm just so accustomed to them. I've never been a fan of the flip downs. I mean, I got one for when I'm welding in the shop and doing a lot of big work.
Yeah, fab work.
Yeah, but that's more because I have different lenses on my helmet.
Yeah.
You know, when I'm MIGing, you know, there's a lot more starting and stopping, so I got a different lens for that compared to, you know.
And that's a good thing too.
This is one of the newer CMR. This is a carbon fiber.
You wouldn't need the flip if you just had an auto darkening lens.
Yeah, and I run auto darkening. Yeah. I know you're not a fan of it. Yeah. But I run mine, and
they flash.
Maybe we can give a review on the CMRs later. We got quite a few of them.
And before this one, I would run a sugar scoop a lot. I love the sugar scoop, but everybody has white. Sanded mine down. Put a nice black paint, heat resistant black paint. You're good.
Oh, yeah, because those are actually like a fiber plastic or some kind of. It's got like a metal into it.
Yeah.
Something like that.
So I've already experienced that type of helmet. So I got this one the exact same. I think we got it from the same place, same brand. Mine's a different type of mine's a little different type of leather. This is kind of a little bit, you know. I guess through time it will turn out to like this, and I like it because you know you can always bend it up, and you have little situations where you can actually weld.
Yeah.
One thing I do say that it's kind of, you know, it's I don't, you know, I'm not saying I just don't like it. Is that maybe if they would have put a little bit more leather coming out backwards because it covered the top. I mean, hey, welded helmet could do so much, and you know I've experienced other welder helmets that, you know, this one here you got light coming right through your eyes.
And that's why I like the pancakes. You shave that box to your face, and
I think if we had something like that onto this, that would be great. Maybe that's something we have to do later on in the future.
Also, it does matter about the circumstances, because if you try to put this in a say 23-inch hole, I seen guys weld in there. You can't have one of these hard ones. I seen where they just get a piece of leather, or make it into a bowl shape, put a lens on the outside, but you need that. You know what I mean? It just depends on the circumstances.
Like mine with my pancakes, I'll get in a position where it's getting caught on everything. Yeah. And I'm supposed to be wearing glasses. I can't do the contact thing. It's hard to wear glasses with the box. It's tough. That's tough.
So like something like this, I have to wear glasses. That way, it can also protect me with the, you know. Yeah, exactly. You know, I mean, I don't.
What I do like on y'all, does it cover y'all's ears?
It covers good portion.
Not necessarily. I mean,
it doesn't go that.
Your head's deep in there. Deep in there. It covers good part.
You know, if you're going upright or anything like that, you're worried about, you know, sparks going in through your ears and stuff like that, because it does hurt. It does sizzle, and you know, but. This helmet itself, you're exposed, man. That it's, you know, that right there, I like it because your eyes, you know, might necessarily wax, you know, protects all that stuff. So if it gets in my ears, you know, it's not as bad. But if it gets in my eyes, then that's something different, because that's something I use for work. So, you know, I think it needs a little bit more.
On that one?
I do.
And that's the trade-off you have with any helmets anyway. If you have the pancake, you're gonna have the plate over here, but you're going to have your welding cap twisted this way to cover your ear. It's just a trade-off of the hood.
I mean, it'll still get in your left side.
Yeah.
I've had that a lot.
So, I think we've all experienced the cheese pie in the ear.
Oh, yeah. Sounds like an Applebee's waitress coming out with a fresh plate sizzling.
That's just part of it, so get prepared for that one,
That'll do it.
It'll wake you, that's for sure.
We're all on our feet all day, always walking around. Y'all don't have a personal preference on shoe wear?
Over the times and over the many scars that I've had on my feet, no laces. I will never wear a lace boot.
No. But
because them laces will catch the spark. I mean, you know, when you get your regular steel toes, they'll just bounce off and roll off.
Yeah, I mean, work-wise, I mean, steel toe all the way, because you know,
steel toe is mandatory.
Yeah, mandatory.
Yeah, but I mean, boots-wise, and you know, I hardly, like, you know, you'll see me wearing shoes if it's at a job site, but it has to be like a rare job site where it's not really, you know, that critical itself. Yeah. But, you know, shoes-wise, you know, it could be anything. I could wear sneakers, you know, just to be comfortable wise, you know.
Depends on what I'm doing.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it all just some preference of what you're actually doing.
But in the industry, it does have its trade-offs again, but some plants don't let you have, they has to be lace up. Because they don't want that boot slipping or whatever it might be. You need lace up, so you're not going into that plant.
Yeah. I've never done any plant work. You know, most of my was pipeline and construction.
Yeah.
So I've never had to go on a plant. Luckily, I don't think I want to.
No,
Probably not.
I think we're doing pretty good work. Yeah.
But Twisted X, I would say, is a good brand. Twisted X and no lace, but lace up, hands down, thoroughbred.
Are y'all an earplug guy?
I have to be.
Well,
the thing is, all my high school years, say, I was welding since I was young. Never been an earplug guy.
You're still young.
I know I'm still young. Of course, I'm still young.
Earplug.
But I got some knowledge miles on me, just a little bit. But going into the refinery, it's nothing but earplug. You need earplug. I got so acclimated to that, just having earplugs, grinding out here in the field, no earplugs, you don't need no safety. Well, you need safety. You need safety. But you don't really need earplugs. Grinding out here, it got too noisy. So I got so used to earplugs. I mean, I wouldn't mind being on this side of the earplug guy.
I'm not as much as an earplug guy. I'm more of like a headphone guy. So like I get calls daily. I get calls a lot, right? So I'm either welding or whatever I'm doing. I got these, headphones where, it's just Bluetooth, stuff like that. It still blocks off the sound of grinding or if my fitter or whatever he's doing or anything itself that just loud noise, it'll block it off. But anytime I ever get a call, I can just say, hey, answer whatever, I'll just talk to it. While I'm welding, I can be talking and stuff like that. It's convenient. And it still beats the fact that, I don't have to wear stuff like you do,
gloves, eyeglasses.
By all means, I wear gloves. You gotta wear gloves. There's some days that you don't have to if you don't want to be ballsy, but it's good.
My habit of my opinion on the whole earplugs things is, I operated for a long time on the right of way, and a big thing was, man, if you get caught with headphones, even if they're in your truck, you're off the right of way.
Yeah, that's the same over there.
Because as an operator, if you're listening to music or just anybody, mainly helpers, I've heard many of cases where people get run over because they don't hear a machine behind them. The earplugs. So not earplugs, but the headphones. And which kind of to me, they want you to wear earplugs, but you can't wear headphones.
Yeah,
they do the same thing. They block.
It blocks off noise and a different noise that you're obviously concentrated on. But like me personally, like I have a lot of responsibility in being at a job. Like I look after a lot of people, and not only that, they depend on me itself. So not only that, I'm also like having something. I know the time whenever I need to shut it off, or I know the time where I'm just using it for just a block off noise. There's times where, hey, if I'm running caps or I'm welding welds or root passes, whatever, and I know that there's nothing around me, I'm just welding, Then I have that luxury where I can listen and weld.
Around a lot of machinery.
Exactly. So, like, if there's something moving and all that, I know whenever I need to settle down, hey, I don't need something to distract me.
It was just a habit for me that stuck with me, and I made it kind of stick with me. So, it's a good habit, bad habit,
I'm not gonna say I didn't put headphones because.
Oh no! There's plenty of times I did. I get bored in the machine. I'll start watching the movie for 2-3 hours, and that whole operator lifestyle wasn't for me. I couldn't just stay cooped up like that. Yeah. And then I say that, but I get rained out for 2 weeks and sit in the truck all the time. So,
luckily, we don't have to really deal with that now. If we're rained out, we got shop work.
We'll stay busy in the shop.
So, I guess that's the perks of being self-employed, huh?
What are the basics you think we haven't covered yet in the welding industry? Well, I guess welding lifestyle.
We got apparel, machinery, tools wise. We can talk about so many tools that might benefit you, benefit you in itself.
I got a question.
Okay.
I've seen it tossed around a lot. Do you think welders have a different mentality and personality?
Oh, definitely different attitude. I think definitely they got different attitudes.
So,
we're all different people.
I know, but in this kind of trade, I think every welder is just kind of a little high on their horse.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's exactly what I was going to go with it.
I'm not saying
I get that
better than everybody else, but I think I just walk with a little. I walk a little taller.
Yeah, that's not
bad. Well, you are a little taller, but
I'm a lot taller compared to y'all.
No, I get you. I guess you gotta look at it this way. You can't be greedy, man. No. In any situation, I'm grateful for being where I'm at and
you continue humble.
Being self-employed, you gotta stay humble. But out in the field, you think you're the man.
Yeah,
I remember being an operator. I see these welding rigs coming down the highway, and I mean, you got this 3 foot tall guy stepping out of the 6 inch lifted truck, and I mean, they're walking like they can carry the rig on their back.
It's all depends, you know. At the end of the day,
that carries it to that extent, but I do consider the lifestyle I chose to be a little bit more rewarding than most.
Yeah.
So.
And that definitely rewards whenever you see you're building up, you know.
Yeah, something that you build.
Yeah. That's the perks of it.
I definitely couldn't sit behind a desk all day. I know I'm behind a desk now, but you'll only get me in here for the podcast.
Yeah. Hey, what time is it? Like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock? And that's after work hours?
My phone's 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock. So,
how long have we been on this podcast? How long have we been?
Yeah, we gave it a try for about 2 hours, but either way.
So, well, you go for 2 hours, what you say?
No. I said we gave it a try already.
Yeah, so. I think for our first podcast and introducing everybody, you know, I'm going to say, we're not going to say Juan's the main host, but definitely co-host. But if y'all have any questions or y'all like to see a certain type of conversation, or I know we got a bunch of reviews that could be done. Yeah,
just I guess post it in the comments.
Yeah.
Put it out there. See.
Or any questions you have.
Yeah, we'll be here probably next week.
Make sure you like, subscribe. Double C services, everything. You know, you just look it up.
Facebook, YouTube, Snapchat. Don't get on the Snapchat and the TikTok if you're not an off-location comedy guy, because that's we keep most of our off the record stuff.
Yeah.
Off the location, and don't forget, John also has his own Facebook page, McKay's Services.
Appreciate it.
We'll put the link in the description. I guess we can go ahead and put the links of all the kind of apparel we've talked about.
Yeah.
Go ahead and give them I know one of your buddies owns that welding cap company thing. We'll go ahead and drop them in the descriptions. We'll drop their descriptions in there, and like and subscribe, guys, and we'll see y'all on the next one. So,
see you soon.